Tour, Omar Mitchell is excited to bring you his vision. Fine dining as you've never seen or tasted before. Imagine a visual experience and a dining experience that is unmatched by anything you've ever tasted. Imaginate menu items that are as pleasing to the eye as they are to the palate. Prime rib and porterhouse to succulent double bone lamb chops and char-grilled salmon. Imaginate. Join us at the chef's table for a truly unique dining experience, or at happy hour for craft drink specials and impeccable bar bites with live jazz Tuesday through Saturday from 4 till 7 p.m. You can also join us for Sunday brunch. It's delicious food with the smooth sounds of our DJ. Book your next special event, party, or meeting with us. Imaginate at 401 South Lafayette in Royal Oak, Michigan. Call 248-633-8898.
You've heard, now listen.
Let's do it.
WJZD Radio, Detroit.com.
Good Wednesday morning to each and every one of you. You know what time it is. Time to get your Rise and Grind on. This is the Rise and Grind Morning Show, and we are your number one 24-hour streaming radio station that plays jazz and so much more. That's right, we are WJZD Radio Detroit.com. I'm Don Allen, in and ready to get you up and on your way, to get you through your day, or, to get you some of your favorite music and information. We've got a lot of ground to cover this hour. On the way musically, we're starting with a classic, Mr. Isaac Hayes, Cafe Regio's, a little light something to start your day. What up, J-Dub? How you doing, my man? So glad you're with us this morning. Let's see, what else is on the way? We got Joyce Cooling also on the way. Bob James is coming up this hour. I had to go old school Motor City flavor with you this morning for your memory pleaser. The Queen of Soul will be with us. That's right. My man Nick Smith out on the West Coast. He's going to be with us today. Kenny Garrett, the Yellow Jackets, Gerard Gibbs, Wilfred Ninja Freelix rounds out the hour. How you doing, Sherilyn? Good morning to you. Let's get this day started on the right note musically. Also today, we're going to let you know what's happening in and around town, sort of give you an opportunity to step out if you decide to. That's coming up as well. Plus, the hot topic is on the way, and I want you to think about Belle Isle Park back in the day, okay, when it was a city park. And think about how it deteriorated and everything broke down. And then when the state took over, everyone got angry, and they said that they, quote unquote, were taking our parks. And after improvements they were made, we seemingly forgot, and everybody calmed down. And now it's managed by the state, especially since all the improvements were made. Everybody forgave and forgot it, just started going out there again anyway. Well, something similar is happening in the city. Your old neighborhoods are changing, and we are capitalizing on it. We're going to talk about it today on the Hot Topic, so strap yourselves in. I'm going to wait for a few minutes to let a few more people. I see people are watching, but they're not saying good morning. Good morning to you, quiet people. Get yourself some coffee, get you some juice, get you some water. I've got my swamp thing. It's got spinach, banana, some protein mix in there, ice. Got to get my protein on. Good morning, Lucretia. Welcome to the Rise and Grind. My man, Yarman O'Kelly, is with us this morning. We're getting our grind on for a Wednesday. It's hump day, in the Motor City. Beautiful day, sunshine and 86 degrees around town. So you can throw that sunroof back, let the top down, cruise with the windows down. You know what I'm talking about. Why don't you, I got a better idea. Go to the car wash and get your shine on. Break out the Armor All, vacuum it out real nice. That way, this evening, you can go for a nice cruise and check out DJ Waldo inside Club Living Room, or DJ Mellow Mike. Now, about last night. So I get a call from my brother. He's in town, Dr. Kerry Ransom. And Mark Wallace, hey, okay, cool, I'll be looking for it. My brother is in town, and both my other brothers are in town. They're like, we grew up together, so we call each other brothers. And we had to talk some family business first, which we did. We sat down, we discussed some things with the family, and what things will need to be done. We're just going to pray for our family. Hold us in your prayers, please. And then we said, let's go out and have a bite to eat. And it's Tuesday, right? Let me turn this down. It's Tuesday. And if you think nothing is happening in Detroit on a Tuesday night, you are so wrong. You are so very, very wrong. We started off in Greektown, and we had dinner, right down there. I forgot the name of the spot, but it's right dead center on Monroe, and it had a little sidewalk cafe. So we sat down and we had dinner and kicked back and talked, about old days, back when we used to cruise that very street with our T-tops off and the music blaring out. Yeah. My other brother is there. Oh, is he? Oh, okay. I got to catch up with Pookie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we got a Pookie in my family, and that's my other brother, my real brother, and we call him Pookie, and I think he's in town. But anyway, as I was saying, we just sat there and had cocktails and ate dinner, and since my brother doesn't get in town that often, nor does he see us, me and Ray, that often, we decided we'd go and see what we can get into. And so we strolled around and looked around, and I didn't know that if you go around the corner on Monroe, back through the alley, which is very clean, by the way. Well, for an alley, it's kind of clean. And there's interest to all the clubs is in the alley. And it was fascinating to me because I had never done this before. Besides, I was with my brothers. We were all safe. We were good. It's Tuesday. What could happen, right? So we go into the Del Mar, and we go upstairs, and it was really nice, a rooftop setting, and it was really cool. It reminded me of Miami, even though I've never been to Miami. It gave me that Miami sort of vibe, and people were up having, little drinks, little birthday parties, and what is this? Everybody's buying bottles all of a sudden. I mean, they weren't buying drinks. Am I that old? Did I miss something here? You go from buying a cocktail, because, we had a drink. I'm not that big of a drinker. And of those after-hour joints we went, yeah. See, we ain't going to talk about those joints. We ain't talking about those after-hour joints. But I was home by 2. But, yeah, they were bringing bottle after bottle, and I'm not talking the cheap stuff. Exactly. I was just talking about that. I spoke to one of the managers, and I think we should get the Del Mar. And by the time we get it, of course, it'll be too cold, so we'll have to be downstairs where you were DJing, Waldo. But they have a beautiful deck upstairs. So we went up there, and we were just chilling. And they were having, I think it was several birthday parties in there. And, yeah, they were playing a lot of hip-hop and, really, really street rated X rap music, which I'm not down with, but I didn't say anything. I'm like, it was a party for them, not me. But it was interesting because I'm talking fifth after fifth after fifth after fifth, and going to these different tables, and they put sparklers on them and everything. And maybe I'm just old, because they were, they were just wiping these bottles out. Do you hear me? And it was mostly women doing it, because it was like 2 or 3 women's birthday parties, and me and my brothers were sitting there just cracking jokes and having a good time. And I'm like, they throwing back some liquor. I thought the guys threw back the liquor, but these ladies are not playing. They were taking it to the head. They had the limo bus outside, because we saw that on the way in. And I was like, whoa, they are really having a good time. Long story short, we have our little cocktails, and then we decided to, going back to the car. And we walked through the casino, and we were going to go into Floods, but it was kind of dead, I mean, but this is what brothers do when they haven't been around each other in God knows how long. And we had a great time. It was really a lot of fun. And all that, and I made it back by 2 o'clock in the morning, which was still late by my standards, And this is something I don't really want to get into again. I don't want to do that, Now I see why old folks stay home, But anyway, had a great time with my brothers. They are still in town. Well, I think they're still asleep. I woke them up this morning, but incidentally, we went to a couple other bars on our way back to the car. So, and he was treating. So, he was celebrating, and we were celebrating the fact that we were together and we were all healthy, because a lot of brothers our age didn't make it this far. And each time we get together, we celebrate like that. And I loved it. Oh, no, I'm not going back down to Floods. That's just, no, it's a different crowd. Waldo, Waldo is just a baby, Cece. He talking about his 50th birthday. If you put me, Carrie, and Ray's combined ages together, that was 124 years. Because we're each 60-something, me being the oldest, and I was only 62. But we had a great time, and it was a nice hanging with my brother's sport change. Get your coffee, get your juice. I got my swamp water smoothie. It's going to be one of them days, 86 degrees outside. Later on today, sunshine, a few clouds. It's going to be a great day today. Why don't you get out and make the best of it? My cousin Cece is over there barbecuing. Tell y'all what, 8 o'clock, we should all meet over at Cece's house. And fire up the grill, CC. He got one of them big trailer things where he can barbecue a pig on it at the same time. So we can all go over there. First I got to say good morning to all of our first responders, all of our police officers, firefighters, doctors, nurses, EMTs, and of course, my TSA family. They keep us safe every time we take to the friendly skies. Yeah. Got to say what's up to all of them over at Red 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and over at Blue 1 and Blue 2 as well. We also have to say good morning to a few of our WJZD Radio family of listeners that tune in every day to check out their favorite music and what's happening around the city and everywhere else, as a matter of fact. So good morning to Don Lang Jr., Jean Paul, that's my buddy at work, Sandra Stapleton Pearson, Dal Mitchell Whitehead, Frank Pacheco over in, I believe it's Colorado, Harry Paris, you remember her from My Favorite Things. Happy birthday to Rhonda Clora, Nikema Torrance, Brad Bullard, Nadia Sellers, Lynn Stefan. We're keeping you in our prayers, Lynn. Gordon Adams, Greg Beasley, Stuart Stone, Carol Rogers, Kim Booker, Doug Holloway, Shay Willingham. I love that picture you posted. Lalani Taylor, Deanna Green, Cheryl Williams Thomas, and of course my baby brothers, Ray Robeson and Dr. Kerry Ransom. Yeah, Yeah, it is a blessing to get to 50. Right. You're absolutely right. But I have to say good morning. These are just a few of our over 500,000 listeners, people that listen locally and around the world. You can be a part of our mature, upscale, classy, intelligent, intellectual, cool to the bone family members by just downloading our app. It's that simple. It's in your app store. It's in your Play Store. Just go to your app store, your Play Store, your Android, your iPhone, and search for WJZD Radio. The word is getting around. It already came back to me last night. Someone had said, Don, what is your call letters? I was like, WJZD. And they're like, dude, everybody's asking me about this. And I thought it was you. And I'm like, yeah, it's me. It's me. It's Waldo. It's Kyle. It's Cole. It's E flat. It's Mellow Mike. It's Van East. It's O'Neill. It's Gene Edwards. It's Corey. It's Carolyn. It's really Cassie. Cassie is the mastermind behind all of this, guys. And it's Jeannie Lyles, who you will also hear from tomorrow at 11 a.m. and at 7 p.m. for the Artist Spotlight with Jeannie Lyles. And, of course, it's Carolyn Brown. She's holding it down, too. Janae Monin, how you doing? How y'all doing? Yes, so good to have you with us. Shine Love, good morning. Blessings to you as well, my dear. So glad you're with us this morning. I was just telling everybody I hung out with my brothers. I mean, you're talking about two guys that we grew up from like 10 or 11 years old all the way up to today. I mean, we're doing something right, folks, because we are still here, we are still healthy, and we are successful. You know, we are still walking without canes. And after looking at them, you know, I was like, everybody's in good shape. But I was just so pleased and happy to see that. You know, it's good when you see somebody you went to junior high school with and high school with and parts of college with, and then they go off and get married and have children, and they raise their kids, and their kids are successful, and their kids call you Uncle Don or whatever. You know, God is so good. He is wonderful. It's just, and we just sat there and talking last night till late. And I was like, God is just so awesome, you know. I mean, and we were just having a great time. And it was wonderful. It almost brought tears to my eyes, but it didn't. Anyway, so that everybody has us locked in their iPhones and their app stores and all of that good stuff. You have your apps downloaded. You know, you can also listen via the WJZD Radio Detroit website. Just go to WJZDRadioDetroit.com, and a little play button will come up. Hit the play button. I do that sometimes as well. Yes. I mean, we can have some church here. I ain't scared of none of y'all. I reads my Bible. Me and Cece know some Bible. Is that right, cuz? Mm-hmm. And I know Waldo know it too. Mm-hmm. I mean, I find it fascinating. We'll get to the, I got a couple of minutes left before we go into the stop set. It's sad. It saddens me. Good morning, Mellow Mike. It saddens me sometimes when I'm around. I hear women can do this, but guys, for some reason, don't. They can talk about sports. They can talk about cars. They can talk about women. The second I walk up and I talk about the goodness of God, don't you notice how guys, well, you know, yeah, man, well, listen, I got to go, and I got this appointment I got to go keep up on, and they disperse. And it saddens me when that happens, you know. I'm like, there is shame in not knowing your Bible, but it shouldn't be, because you can always learn, you know. And that's the best-selling book of all time worldwide, so you can always pick it up and read it. I keep one in my truck, and I keep one in the house. Mom made sure I had a bunch of them, you know. And I think it's important that, especially our brothers out there, pick up that book. And I ain't going to lie to you. When you first start reading it, you're going to get tired and you're going to get sleepy. You want to take a nap, start the first couple of pages of the Bible. But go back to it, you know, because this person who begot that person, who begot that person, who begot that person, who begot that person, shows you where we came from, okay? And you will find every movie you ever saw, every movie, I'm saying every movie, every story, every book you've ever read, it's all in that book. The Bible is a story of love. The Bible is a story of hate. A Bible is a story of war. A Bible is a story of blessing. A Bible is a story of peace. It's all in that book. Am I right? I'm sorry. I did not start this show thinking I was going to be preaching. But I just had to say that. So pick it up, you know. Pick it up. Read it. And if you read, sometimes I just jump around in it, you know. I'm about to say something that may piss some of y'all off. Did you know that in the Bible, all right, the preacher's always saying, and all of y'all say it with me now, he who finds a man that finds a woman finds a good thing. But also, Marius, how are you? Good morning. Also in the Bible, it also says that if you are not married, perhaps you should not get married. So it's not a sin not to be married. But a lot of people in society, having not read that part, will tell you, well, he ain't married. He a heathen. He be out there running the streets and all that. Nah.
We all have questions about
I'll be right back right after these messages. On WJZDRadioDetroit.com, this is The Rise and Grind.
Jeannie Lyles, the new host of the Artist Spotlight. With her wit, her warm style, and charm, Jeannie gets the answers to the questions that you want to know. Join Jeannie Lyles, the new host of the Artist Spotlight, Thursday at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. when it's time to get some answers. Listen to the Artist Spotlight on WJZD Radio. Eric's I've Been Framed Shop-In Gallery at 16527 Livernois Avenue in Detroit is the official home for the WJZZ official throwback t-shirts, caps, baseball tees, and hoodies. Plus, they've got mugs, magnets, stone tile coasters, refrigerator magnets in every color: black, royal blue, red, purple, white, and more. Eric's I've Been Framed can also make your artistic print a masterpiece with the finest selection of frames. Eric's I've Been Framed Shop-In Gallery at 16527 Livernois between Puritan and McNichols, right across the street from U of D Mercy. Purchase online at www.ericsivebeenframed.com or call 313-861-9263. Stop by our booth at the Kimmy Horn Jazz Festival or at the Detroit Jazz Festival. Eric's I've Been Framed, the home of the official WJZZ throwback tees. Imagine it. 28 years in the making is fine dining at its very best. Executive chef and world-renowned restaurateur Omar Mitchell is excited to bring you his vision. Fine dining as you've never seen or tasted before. Imagine a visual experience and a dining experience that is unmatched by anything you've ever tasted. Imaginate menu items that are as pleasing to the eye as they are to the palate. Prime rib and porterhouse to succulent double-bone lamb chops and char-grilled salmon. Imaginate. Join us at the chef's table for a truly unique dining experience, or at happy hour for craft drink specials and impeccable bar bites, with live jazz Tuesday through Saturday from 4 till 7 p.m. You can also join us for Sunday brunch. It's delicious food with the smooth sounds of our DJ. Book your next special event, party, or meeting with us. Imaginate at 401 South Lafayette in Royal Oak, Michigan. Call 248-633-8898. Imaginate. When you hear his voice, you hear influences straight out of Motown. You know that he's from the Motor City and he's ready for the world. This is Carl Reed back with his new hit single, In the Moment.
Living in the moment of love. In the moment. Ooh, in the moment of love, of love, of love. With you.
And when it's time to wind it down, you can get it any way you want it.
Any way you want it, you can get it from me. We can do it on the bedroom floor, on the wall against the door, in the shower or between the sheets. Any way you want it, you can get it from me.
Look for Carl Reed's music on Pandora, Spotify, and iHeartMusic. And while you're there, check out the new music from Carl Reed on Blue River Records. Live in WJZDRadioDetroit.com. You better ask
And
somebody.
since we're on this subject, I figure I'd give you something you could feel. This is your memory pleaser from the Queen of Soul on WJZDRadioDetroit.com. Now, remember earlier, just a moment ago, I told you that it says in the Bible that if you're not married, it's good. I found it. 1 Corinthians 7. And it begins with, now for the matters you wrote about, it is good for a man not to marry. But since there's so much immorality, each man should have his own wife and each woman her own husband. And it goes on further and further. And they're saying if you can't control your damn self, get married. That way you can control yourself with her. Or she can control herself with him. You know, don't be a tramp. In other words, okay? But I mean, it's right there. And I see Janae said the Bible is applicable to everything we know and experience time after time in this life and every other life that came before. What's up, E-Flat? What's up, Big Anthony down in KC? What's happening with you? I did not plan on coming on this microphone and talking, you know, what y'all could be learning in Sunday school, but a lot of times you go to church and you hear the same sermons over and over and over and over again, you know. And instead of teaching you the entire Bible, a lot of pastors have a proclivity to teach you the same things over and over as it applies to what they want to, A, what they want to teach you, and B, you know, what's happening around it. you know? So take it as you will. But read the book. You know, that's at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Okay? Sorry about that, guys. I get really deeply emotional and into it. What's up, Corey? How you doing? We actually started talking church, and we didn't talk church. We talked Bible, you know. And I love talking Bible, you know, but I find a lot of guys, I don't know about women, but I know a lot of guys have a tendency to, you know, shy away from conversation when it comes to the Bible, you know. So I think we should all start drawing to it. That's the good thing about it. You know, good or bad, right or wrong, there is no wrong when you're reading the right thing. Okay? So, good morning, Kelly. How you doing? We're just having a real talk about biblical study, I guess you could call it, because I'm not saying pick and choose parts of the Bible and use it to your benefit. That's not what it's here for. If you read the whole thing, I've read it several times in its entirety, which is challenging to do, because first you have to get used to the language. Because I have the King James, I have I have 3 different versions. My mom gave me 3 different versions, and if you read all 3, what it says in this book and what it says in this book are kind of conflicting, you know. So I'm not a biblical scholar or anything like that, but I do know, you know, how to read between the lines without adding any of my own personal feeling into it. Am I making sense, everybody? And I hope I'm not boring y'all, but I mean, the best thing, I'm just telling you, the best thing that ever happened to you in your life was that book being in your life. Are you with me? Are you with me this morning? Because, see, I know me and Janae could have this talk all day long, because something tells me Janae is a spiritual person, as is Cassie, as is, and you know so who else is? Wilfred Ninja Freelix, the guitarist that we're playing on WJZD. Matter of fact, I'm playing him coming up this hour. Kelly, what's going on? It's a good read. I got 2 books that I read. I read the Bible a lot, and I read, believe it or not, Barack Obama's book, which I have not finished. And the cool thing about that book is when you're reading it to yourself, you can actually hear Barack narrating it in your head. You can, you know. I mean, I wish I could do a good Barack Obama impression, and then I'd pick up the book, and I would say it like he'd say it. Anyway, let's get back on to the show. Let's see what's happening in and around town. Are y'all ready for that? Okay, let's get started. Here's what's happening in and around the city. Ain't Too Proud to Beg, The Life and Times of the Temptations continues at the Detroit Opera House. You might want to go check that out. Cassie went said it was off the charts. It was awesome. So I'm going to make it a point, if I got to buy 1 ticket and go down there and check it out. Detroit Bass Day is at the Motown Museum Saturday, August 24th. The Beacon Park End of Summer Concert Series is at Beacon Park Saturday, August 27th. The Detroit Water Lantern Festival is also on Saturday, 27th at Lake St. Clair Metro Park. Let's see what else is going on. Southwest Fest 2022 is at the Senate Theater on the 27th through the 28th of August. Summer Groove at the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History is also that weekend. You can check out Caffeine and Chrome at the Gateway Classic Cars of Detroit at 15,000 North Commerce Drive in Dearborn, Michigan. And there's a behind-the-scenes tour on August 28th at the Masonic Temple. You might want to go check that out. That sounds like an interesting walk and find out, because the Masonic is a real classic historical place. Okay? So that's August 28th at the Masonic Temple, behind-the-scenes tour. And that's what's happening in and around town. Get out and enjoy the happenings in and around the city of Detroit, and have a great week. Okay, now, let's get back to the hot topic of the day. You guys remember when Belle Isle was a city-owned park, and they had the zoo, and they had this giant slide, and they had the ponies, and they had the beach house, and they had a bunch of stuff out there. And over time, they shifted money from the city. The city shifted money from the island and used it elsewhere in the city. And it began to deteriorate. The zoo closed. The slide stopped, and which we all know the story about that recently. Kids were being launched off of it by the second hump, you know. I thought it was kind of funny. I'm sorry. I hope nobody got hurt. But did you see him? So, whoop, boom. Anyway. But, and then the state came and took over Belle Isle, and everybody was up in arms. Oh, Lord Jesus, they're taking away our park. Okay, first of all, you didn't do nothing with it. You didn't go down to city county building and say, wait a minute, y'all need to do something about this park. Y'all need to do something about this zoo. Y'all need to do something about that slide. Y'all need to do, you know, you get where I'm going. But you didn't do anything about it. And so the state came in, stepped in, and you got, everybody was hollering and crying. They took our park away from us. Boo-hoo-hoo. Okay, and then magically they started seeing things get fixed. Okay, the fountain got fixed. They still working on that zoo thing, you know. But then they started having activities there, i.e. the Grand Prix, which was on Belle Isle for a while. It will be back in downtown where I always thought it would belong. But that's moving back down there. But they're keeping the park nice now for families, and I think that's very important. Well, the same thing's going on in the neighborhoods in and around Detroit. I spoke with Cassie, who, you know, she took a cruise around, I think is West Grand Boulevard or Warren and, you know, those areas, and all those old historic homes and all that. Okay, Mark, we're gonna get to that one in a minute. I'm reading. I'll get to that in a second. But it's happening, and suburbanites are moving back into the city. They're buying these old homes, and when they're in doing so, the city sees this. They're fixing up these neighborhoods for the suburbanites. They didn't do it when you guys and us guys lived in there, but they're fixing up the neighborhoods, you know, and we've already either sold the house, let it go, walked away from it, but these people are now buying these homes, and these homes are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know. You've been down West Grand Boulevard as it heads towards Michigan and so forth. Those homes are fantastic. And if you drive through the neighborhood and you start seeing a change in people, I'll just say it that way, a change in people. Why aren't we getting in on some of this real estate boom that's happening right under your nose? So I'll tell you why, because a lot of people from Detroit are moving to the suburbs, and the people in the suburbs are doubling back and moving back into the city. I mean, I drove around late last night in downtown Detroit, and people were out walking dogs, and I'm talking not big pit bulls, I'm talking little foo-foo dogs. You know, the kind of dog that can't do nothing but bark if something happens, which is kind of what you want. You know, because you break in my house, don't be worried about that little rap. Be afraid when you hear this. But anyway, Cheryl Smith said she got through the whole Bible during the pandemic. I downloaded the Bible app to read to me because when I read, I fall asleep, and that's a good idea. Mark says, here, let me post this, Mark, and the reason why I posted Mark, 3 good poems, 23, 91, and 121 to start my day every day. The giant slide hurt folks since the early 1970s. See, that's what caught me off guard. He was quoting the Bible and then said that giant slide been hurt folks since the 70s. That caught me off guard. And Cheryl said she got through the entire Bible during the pandemic. Well, you had 2 years. She downloaded the app to read it to her because when she reads, she falls asleep. And I have that same problem. And Corey says Coleman Young told us when I was a kid to buy up property in Detroit before somebody takes it off what? Oh, that part right there. I don't know what that says, but knowing Corey, it's some colorful language. But Yeah. There's still plenty of real estate in this city left, and we need to get in on it. Why not? We help build the city, and I'm going to tell you something else. You ever notice why and it's not the police officer's fault. It's the city's fault. All this crime and whatnot you see happening in the urban areas, that lowers the property value. And then a lot of those people say, the hell with this, I'm moving out. Boom, they go out to the suburbs. That neighborhood starts emptying out. And the suburbanite folks come in and boom, move it out. And then you see the property value going back up again. You ever notice that when we move into an area, the property value goes down? It shouldn't be like that, family. Y'all know that. Let's see. Waldo says, what's happening is that they have driven the price up on houses, and most folks cannot get the $250,000 to fix the house. Yeah. Good morning. My man Joe Nixon is with us. We need to ask Joe this because Joe know everybody. Don't matter. Joe know the politicians. He knows the entertainers. He knows the guy that you can call to fix your house cheap. Joe know everybody. But yeah, good morning, my brother. Good to see you. So glad you joined us. I'm doing some straight ahead jazz, if you notice that, because I'm going to be a part of the Detroit Jazz Festival. They've invited me to be an MC. I don't know what stage. I don't know what day. I saw something in my email, so I got to go back and check my emails to find out when, if they found what stage, or even if they still want me. I don't even know. So when I find out, I will let you guys know where I will be, what time I'll be taking the stage, and who I'll be introducing. And it's an exciting time for us here at WJZD Radio because of the fact that it puts our station out there, And besides, I'm digging this straight ahead jazz. This is music from Kenny Garrett. Coming up to the Yellow Jackets, Gerard Gibbs, and man who I interviewed a couple of days ago, Wilfred Ninja Felix, and his jam called Play On. This man is a guitarist like none other. Oh yeah, and this, incidentally, if you didn't get enough on that one, Wilfred is going to be opening up the hour too. He's got a song called Ninjaspiration. Get it? Ninja. And he calls himself that because, they call him that because he is a 9th degree black belt, meaning he will tap that. Yeah, I didn't say it, but he can handle he can handle himself pretty well. I used to take karate, but until I got hit. I was like, okay, that's enough, Yeah. But we have to do something. We got to get out there. We're going to lose again. And I don't want to hear nobody crying because we don't have. When are we going to take responsibility and say, the man keeping us down and all of that bull crap, instead of saying, you know what, screw this. I'm going to buy this property. I'm going to give me a loan if I have to. I'd rather do it without a loan, but if I can get it, I'm going to get it. And don't sell it. Times get tough. Don't sell it. Just buy a house, fix it up, and don't rent it out. Live in it. And then you can buy that one over there, and that one over there, and that one over there, and that one over there. The more you buy, the more they'll lend, so you can fix them up, so you can lease them out, and you watch your own damn property. Don't buy a house in Detroit so you can move out to Southfield. In other words, you buy it in the city, you live in the city, you support this city. Let's face it, all of us are, most of us, I know people around the world are listening, and thank you so much, you guys, for listening. But for those of us in Detroit and your respective towns, wherever you may live, I'm not saying don't travel and see the world. You can always go visit anywhere you want to go, but buy locally. The big companies don't really care about y'all. All they want is your money. Buy locally. I went down to Mumford's meet and greet for their class reunion, which was this past weekend. And people were walking up to me like, I went to Mumford. I was like, how you doing? Nice to see you again. I don't know who you are, because I went to Henry Ford. But It was being held at this place called Shops on Top over in Eastern Market. And I walked in and I said my hellos. I actually went and saw a couple of buddies of mine, Gerald Harvey and Joe Davidson, used to be the DJ at the Network Club. They were in town, so I went and saw them. And since it was a men and women clothing store, I said, the heck with it. I went and bought a pair of pants so I could wear something on stage at the Jazz Fest. See, it all worked out. Good morning, Delphine. Delphine and I go so far back. She showed me a picture when I had to be like 8 at her birthday party. And see, Delphine was always flying hot. You know, she's always gorgeous. It was all boys at her birthday party at my house, you know. And we were like 8, you know, so you wasn't doing nothing, you know, so. But, yeah, and thank you, Waldo, for that. See, Waldo's like me. He loves living in the city. You know, don't sell your house. Put money into it and hang on tight, you know. Things are going to get better. And if you shout out to all the nosy neighbors, little old ladies who sit by their window all day long like this, you know, and they be looking through the blinds. You can't see them, but they there. And they're going to see, yeah, that boy over there, I see him trying to break in that house. Let me call 50. Because if he come over here, I'm going to bust a cap in him. You know, shout outs to all. I love nosy neighbors because they will keep your block quiet and safe. You know, it takes a village. And I know I'm tired of hearing that cliche too. But it does take all of us to make our neighborhoods tight. You know, if you don't know the person living next door to you, shame on you. Speak to them. You know, don't go over there and get in their business. Hey, how you doing, man? You start off like that. And say, and when y'all raking grass together, man, I don't believe I know your name. I'm Don. And just go over there and shake their head, yeah. And my famous end is, you like jazz? And let me see your phone. Let me put this in here. Boom. Check that out. And we ain't going to be best buddies, but at least I know the man that lives next door to me. You see? I don't want to, you ain't got to invite him in your house. That's not what I'm saying. But you know who he is. And eventually, who knows, y'all might start looking out for each other. And y'all might start looking out for the people across the street. Especially if there's some seniors that live over there somewhere. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. Oh, here comes Cheryl. Different times you go downtown to inquire about a property so you can get it and fix it up for yourself. And they kept the info from you. Looks like they kept it for certain people to get. And that is a problem, Cheryl. I'm going to have to ask my cousin, attorney Stephen Parker, is there some way we can obtain that information? And if they are withholding it, can we sue their little punk butts? You know? Yeah. See, that's how you got to. There's always a way, baby. There's always a way. We can get to them, you know. And so, you know, we have to do something to make our neighborhoods, you know, desirable. Because every urban, they call it urban, every urban area in the country, if you notice, the property value goes down. And I don't care where you live. You know, my brother told me something. He has a big, beautiful home right off Lake Michigan. And when he was thinking about selling his house, he spoke to a realtor. And they said, first thing you have to do is de-black your house. Meaning, take everything, every artifact, every work of art, anything in there that makes it look like it's been owned by a black person, de-black it. And that's a sad state of affairs. If that's a state, and that's a statement a realtor told him. And that's a sad way of thinking about us. It's because nobody wants to live in a house that we've been in. Well, shame on them. And shame on the jackass that came up with the de-black thing. You know. What do y'all think? The walls gonna smell like chitlins or something? What? You know? Come on, man. Put some paint on it. But if we don't use it, we definitely gonna lose it. And that's a fact. Matt, shouts out to everybody over in Colorado checking us out this morning. All of our friends on the West Coast. The numbers are going up over on the West Side. Thank you so much. We hope you're enjoying it. All of my people caught up in traffic in Atlanta right now. I had to say that. Have you ever driven in Atlanta? I mean, I-75 is just like a parking lot right now. And it's 9:45 right now. It's a parking lot, I guarantee it. There on I-10 in Houston, I-10 in L.A. Yep. There you go, Cheryl. Fix it and keep it, baby. There you go. And if you need some work done, holler at your boy. I know somebody to do everything. I know people that do electric. I know guys that do plumbing. I know HVAC guys. It helps to know these people. It always helps to know them, And I got a guy that'll come to your house and fix your car, and it don't matter. He keeps a AutoZone in his trunk, and neat. Everything is in his place. My man Road Dog. Shout out to you, Road Dog, who will come over, and he's gonna put my shocks on my truck too. I mean, I got people. And you better have them. You better know somebody. My dad taught me that. Am I right, CC? My dad, you better know somebody. That's the truth. This is the Rise and Grind Morning. We are pulling up on the backside of the hour. 16 minutes before the top of the hour. Your man Don Allen is with you. Oh. Two things. Thursday, tomorrow morning, 11 a.m., check out Jeannie Lyles on the Artist Spotlight. She is going to be talking with Tim Bowman, the guitarist Tim Bowman, and they're turns out they're good friends. Who knew? But that's going to be at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Looking forward to that one. And also on Friday at 10 a.m. Are you guys ready for this? I see numbers are dropping a little bit. Turn it back on. Come back on, because I am going to interview Foodie. And we're going to find out everything you ever wanted to know about Foodie. It'll be on Friday's show right after the Rise and Grind. I want you guys to be here for it, because I don't know what he's going to say. This man is so cool. He is so knowledgeable. I hold Foodie in this esteem. Up here with Mojo, Arthur Penhollow, Donnie Simpson, the heavyweights. Foodie is right up there with them. And if you didn't know, half of the United States listens to him every Sunday right here on WJZD from 7 to midnight. We own this country, And we kind of own it when I'm on here sometimes, too, and when Kyle's on, too, and then when Waldo's, his numbers are going up, and Mike's numbers are going up. So we really banging over here, So, definitely want to check it out. Friday at 10 a.m., I got to interview him on Thursday, edit it on Thursday night, and run it on Friday. Whew. Wow. It's not easy being me. If it was, everybody be doing it. Oh, this is my man, Detroit's own Gerard Gibbs. It's called Never Can Say Goodbye. Why would I want to? Then I've got Wilfred Ninja Freelix coming up right after that with Play On. That's going to take us to the top of the hour. Guys, I'm going to get out of here a little early. I thank you so much for joining us. And we hope we said something that was encouraging to you. My prayer every day, a lot of you guys see me, I'm actually doing my prayer when the camera goes on. I don't care. You guys can join me in prayer. The more the merrier. But my prayer is that, every one of you who listens to this show is blessed. I'm blessed to be a blessing. So I want to share that blessing with each and every one of you guys. If I said something that made you smile or made you laugh, then I'm happy. Mission accomplished. If I played a song that you enjoyed listening to, or that you sung to, or you had to dance a little bit to, mission accomplished. Okay? I want you to take that feeling and go out into your day and share it with somebody else. I mean, you're not going to make everybody happy. Lord knows I'm not. I know some people right now pissed at me, and I choose not to argue. Choose to resolve your problems, All right? I want you to make it a great day. Do it with authority. Do it on purpose. Be the blessing that I know you are. Be better than you were yesterday. And that's going to be hard because you were the bomb yesterday. It is always my privilege and my pleasure to come before you and play the stuff that you want to hear and to talk about some fun stuff. You know what I'm saying? Once again, don't forget to check out Jeannie Lyles on the Artist Spotlight tomorrow at 11 a.m. and at 7 p.m. Then it's me and Booty, my man, the Yoda of Soul. That's what they call this guy. He is like the Yoda of Soul. And I'm going to ask him where he got that nickname, too. You know, that'll be on Friday at 10 a.m. So please, check us out. And that's all I got. I got nothing else. Get out and make it a great day on purpose. And remember to make each and every day count. We are WJZDRadioDetroit.com. Have a great day. Peace.